We welcome you to Morgan Park Sports Center for the Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series, where the St. Rita Mustangs look to hang on to a CCHL playoff spot as they come into the house of the Mount Carmel Caravan in what is going to be a memorable night for their organization. Hello, everybody. Alongside Chris Dubiel, my analyst, my name is Luke Jordan, and Jenna Rose will be joining us eventually. But for now, Chris, let's talk about the rich history of these two teams. They are very familiar with each other.
No doubt about it. They are a couple of Chicago Catholic Hockey League rivals. And the two schools are not just rivals in hockey, but it goes for the other sports as well, football, basketball. It's a South Side tradition. And right now you've got two teams that are neck and neck in the CCHL standings battling for that last playoff spot.
Not only a rich history between each other, but rich history in state and conference championships. Mount Carmel coming into this with 5 state championships, their last one coming in 1990, and also 20 Kennedy Cup championships, while St. Rita, 8 Kennedy Cup champs and 3-time state champs, last coming in 2012.
It's a great hockey history both of these clubs have. They've gone through some tough years, but both teams are trying to build back towards being in the upper echelon of Illinois high school hockey, and we'll see another chapter of that tonight as they do battle against each other here at Morgan Park Sports Center.
We hinted at it earlier. This is a huge game for the CCHL playoff race. The CCHL takes a different approach at the standings than most of these leagues. It's actually 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for an overtime loss, and 0 points for a regulation loss. And with that comes Mount Carmel, 4 points behind St. Rita for that last CCHL playoff spot. What have they got to do to get within 1 point after tonight?
I think for Mount Carmel, they've got to get on the board first. They've tried to play catch-up against St. Rita. They played them tight in their previous 2 meetings, but I think jumping on the scoreboard first is going to go a long way for them.
Happy you're with us here on JNM Media. This is the Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series, first matchup of 2025, and it is going to be a fun one. The Caravan enter this one at a 2-12 record, 9th out of 10 in the Chicago Catholic, while St. Rita 3-10-1, just 4 points ahead in the standings. We're going to send things down to new head coach of the Mount Carmel Caravan, Mike DiStefano, with our sideline reporter, Jenna Rose. Jenna, take it away.
Fellas, thank you so much. It's an honor to be joined by you, Coach. We appreciate you joining us on broadcast here tonight. We know this is a big game. This is a major rivalry. What are you looking for from your team tonight?
We're just looking for them to come out, play with a sense of urgency. We need our guys to come out fast and furious, score right away.
And when it comes to messaging as a coach, what is it that really puts them over the edge with that sense of urgency?
I didn't hear that last one.
It's okay. I was going to say, when it comes to finding that sense of urgency as a coach, how do you push that messaging?
Well, I'll tell you what, these kids are all great kids. They're good Catholic League kids. We just get them pumped up. We get them skating. Our practices are all high tempo, high paced.
I say, being on the Blackhawks Rivalry Series here tonight, I heard Chris Chelios, famous alumni for the Blackhawks and for Mount Carmel, is in the building as well. Does that help with the energy?
Yeah, Chris is my ex-teammate. We were good friends, and just happy to see him out here tonight. You know, it's big. It's big for the team, big for the school.
It's phenomenal for the community, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you joining us here today.
Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sending it back to you guys upstairs.
Thank you, Jenna. That was Jenna, with head coach of the Mount Carmel Caravan for his first season. It was announced September 5th he'd be taking over this program. He's been around hockey for 40 years, and one of his first quotes with the media, it's a great challenge, but I want to rebuild Mount Carmel into the powerhouse they were before.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You look at the banner up on the wall, 20-time Kennedy Cup champions, but the last one came in the year 2000. So there's been some lean years for Mount Carmel. They've always been a solid program, but they just haven't been at the top of the Catholic League in recent years, and they want to get back to that. And they can. It's a very competitive landscape, but there's plenty of players out there in the Chicago area that you can build up a program with.
One of the other things he noted at, he said, there's nothing better than a Mount Carmel versus St. Rita game packed with students shaking the glass and going crazy. It is starting to really fill in here as we near the end of warm-ups. We have some ceremonies coming up after, as both teams finish up. It's Mount Carmel in the brown and white uniforms, while St. Rita on the far side in the light blue and red. We're going to send things down to our public address announcer, Jay Cabrera, to bring us through the festivities prior to puck drop.
Good evening and welcome to Game 1 of the 2024-25 Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series, presented by Body Armor. Tonight's game features a matchup between the Mount Carmel Caravan and St. Rita Mustangs.
Yeah. I can feel the momentum. I'm on a mission, burning through my lane. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Better know my name. Got the soul of a giant, the force of a titan living in my blood. Ain't no way to deny it. My energy rising, I'm feeling fired up. Yeah. We arrived to the season, young and wild with the freedom. Time to push it to the utmost. Come alive with the feeling. This is the moment. The moment is right now. We going way up, touching the sky now.
Hockey fans, introducing our starting lineups for tonight's Chicago Blackhawks Rivalry Series game is Chicago Blackhawks in-game arena host, Jenna Rose.
Let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting team, St. Rita Mustangs. Starting at defense, number 20, Jack Willett. Also on defense, number 21, Aiden O'Brien. Starting at left wing, number 9, Gavin Jedlicka. Starting at right wing, number 4, Antonio Gentile. Starting at center, number 19, Richie Glenke. And starting at goaltender, number 1, Dominic Odusi. St. Rita is coached by Brian Coleman. And now, hockey fans, please welcome the home team, the Mount Carmel Caravan. Starting at defense, number 77, Connor McClelland. Also starting at defense, number 17, Blaine Bartolomo. Starting at left wing, number 29, Vinny Ciocci. Starting at right wing, number 65, Andrew Flood. Starting at center, number 9, Carrick Londos. And starting at goaltender, number 60, Hayden Klein. Mount Carmel is coached by Mike DeStefano. Will the two team captains please report to center ice for tonight's first ceremonial puck drop, accompanied by Joe Gottfried. Joe is a St. Rita alumni and a member of the 1975 St. Rita Kennedy Cup Championship team, celebrating the 50th anniversary of this championship. Joe is also a former Catholic League coach and currently helps with the hearing impaired team. Fans, let's welcome Joe. Fans, please welcome Mount Carmel President Brendan Conroy.
It's my pleasure tonight to welcome back home to the South Side one of the greatest players of all time, three-time Stanley Cup champion, Hall of Famer, and as his old teammate Darren McCarty once said, he's the most loyal teammate you'll ever meet, Mr. Chris Chelios.
And for our second ceremonial puck drop, please welcome to the ice, proud Mount Carmel alum, Chicago Blackhawks legend and NHL Hall of Famer, Chris Chelios. Chris spent 2 seasons with Mount Carmel hockey where he won a championship in 1979. Fans, let's give another warm welcome to Mount Carmel and Blackhawks alumni and NHL Hall of Famer Chris Chelios. Hockey fans, please rise. If you are able, remove all caps and join us for the playing of the national anthem.
And with that, we are just about ready to go from the Morgan Park Sports Center. Once again, Chris Dubio alongside me. My name is Luke Jordan, and down at ice level and also doing public address duties is Jenna Rose, the Chicago Blackhawks in-game host. We are just about ready for puck drop here, and Chris, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, no doubt about it. The energy is building already. The fanfare that comes with a high school rivalry series game just creates for such a fun atmosphere. You've got the player intros. You've got the ceremonial puck drop from the legend himself, Chris Chelios. A big crowd on hand. An old school rivalry. I mean, you can't ask for much more when you're setting the stage for a hockey game.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. For the St. Rita Mustangs, it's number 1, Dominic Adusi, who played against the Caravan last time in their 5-4 victory. He stopped 27 out of 31. That was enough for a second victory on the season against Mount Carmel. And coming in between the pipes for the Mount Carmel Caravan is number 60, Hayden Klein. This is his first year with the varsity squadron. He is double rostered prior. This is his 7th start. And boy, it's probably going to be one he will remember for a long time.
Probably the biggest start he's had so far on this stage and this significance. You got two teams battling for a final playoff spot. It's a big game. Still a ways to go in the season, but you're starting to get into that crunch time as you get into the middle of January here.
Carrick Landos and Richie Glenke at the faceoff dot as we kick off the 4th game of the 2024-25 Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series. Here's a chance from Antonio Gentile. Another shot ricochets into the netting as we have a whistle 15 seconds in. St. Rita in the light blues. Mount Carmel and the Browns. We have quite a jersey matchup here.
Oh yeah, Mount Carmel's always had the classic brown and white look. It's always very clean, very sharp looking. And then St. Rita, through the years, they've done a lot with their red and blue. The light blue's a new look, though.
Here's a shot that rings the crossbar off the stick of Gavin Jedlicka, the junior.
How about helping yourself there on that face-off win? Wins it, and he's able to dig it out himself. Oh, man. That's a great look. Just missing by a hair there.
Jack Willett puts it up the wall. The back line just beyond Connor McCullen, captain of the Caravan. Puts it around the wall for his defensive partner, Zach Tangelson, who was the lone Mount Carmel nomination to the All-Star game that happened a week ago from today. He's got it now, below the goal line, and sends it up the wall for Ryan Jacobs. Jacobs, center ice now, picking up steam is Emmett Carr. He goes down. Hands are up in the audience for a penalty, and so is the officials, and we're already going to have the first power play opportunity of the game, and it's going to be to the home Mount Carmel Caravan.
This will be big for Mount Carmel to get a nice early power play. St. Rita had the best scoring chance to open the game, and now Mount Carmel have to start with the man advantage and see if they can get something cooking here early.
This is a power play unit that has struggled on the year. They are last in the CCHL with 3 power play goals on the season. But to their fortune, St. Rita has not scored a shorthanded goal yet this year. So that penalty is on Jack Willett of the Mustangs, and now it looks like we might have some sort of issue
Trying
down
to
in the
get
box.
The clock, the penalty time up. Not every rink in the Chicago area has the same scoreboard system, so it can be a little tricky for whoever the timekeeper is for any given game. And I think they're just trying to get it sorted out, get the 2 minutes up on the board, and we're ready to go.
Well, they put 10 minutes on the board. That will not be the actual case. But Willett released at 14:05. Here comes Tangelson up center ice. Zach Tangelson turns back and gives it across for Emmett Carr, the junior. Sends it to center, and the Caravan are offsides.
Just a little disorganized on that zone entry. Both players were kind of crisscrossing on their way into the zone. They'll just have to line up and try it again.
Caravan looking to get one from the Mustangs this year, something they are yet to do. But on a night like this, anything is beyond possible. Alternate captain Zach Tangelson gives it across. Miscommunication, and the Mustangs nearly headed the other way before it was intercepted by Carrick Landos.
Yep.
Sent back down.
That pass was nearly jumped by Richie Glenke. He's the lone CCHL All-Star for St. Rita, and he had lots of ice in front of him had he been able to pick that off.
Pedro Goes down on the near side. Antonio Gentile trying to get out. It's held in at the point. A shot is blocked. Could be a chance brewing for the Mustangs. Able to retrieve is Ryan Jacobs, varsity returner and a junior, off the wall and up ahead. Mustangs send it right back where it came from. 35 seconds left on the penalty to Jack Willett. Logan Gannett, 3 points in the Caravan's most recent win versus Marist. He's got it now, top of the circle. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Up top now. Garvey's going to wind one up, and that's denied. Rebound pops out, and it is not put home. Back up to Gannett. Then hits the side of the net. And the Mustangs will extinguish the rest of the first power play opportunity for the Caravan, but a good look at the end.
Sometimes all it takes is a good shot through traffic from the point to get things going. Mount Carmel had a couple of whacks at a loose puck on the rebound. Just couldn't quite tuck it home, but some good momentum after a slow start to that power play.
Here's a look at our behind the net cam. Oh, off the post it was.
Great look. They had 2 posts there.
My goodness.
Great look from our goal cam. So we've had 3 posts in the opening 3 minutes of this one.
A nice save there from Hayden Klein. Gannett, sophomore. Passes Palmer Sheen.
It's just out of his reach. We'll do it again after the icing. Might be a little bit of nerves here with the bigger crowd and the
maybe this guy here.
Increased fanfare. And, of course, you got Chris Chelios looking on. So you might have a few passes off the mark. There's certainly not a shortage of energy, but sometimes you have to find yourself and reel it in so you're not too amped up to the point where you're going to make a mistake.
Andrew Flood picks up speed. Flood on his backhand. Dishes one on, that's denied. A nice save for Dominic Adusi. The other way come the Mustangs. Puck is jarred loose and sent up the wall back to center ice. Josh Chinas being hounded, able to outlet it to the red line, and it's put back down. Chinas will retreat. Caravan changing a majority of their skaters. Tommy Cunningham puts it toward Adusi. Sticked up the wall, held in now by Kenny Groen. Caravan keep the zone, but only temporarily, and it's coming back to Tangleson in front of the Caravan bench.
I like the jump that Mount Carmel has since that power play. They've been very aggressive at both ends of the ice, getting to the puck carrier fast when they're defending, and really getting in on the forecheck and trying to cause some havoc.
Here it is again, utilizing the dump and change. Mustangs put up the wall, just avoided too many men call there. Jack Willett's got it. He backhands it in. Willett leaves it for his teammate and Travis Gutkowski. Point leader for the Mustangs so far, 12 points in 14 games. And he's got 3 points against the Caravan in his 2 appearances so far. 11:45 to go in the first. Still teams shaking off the nerves. Here's a chance. A shot ripped wide by Richie Glenke. Still with it now. Save there by Klein. And on the near side now, it's put off the glass by Rowan Garvey.
It's got to be a tough little start there for Hayden Klein. The first 2 really good scoring chances for St. Rita don't even hit the net. And then he finally gets a shot on goal in that last try by St. Rita.
Flipped out of the zone back to Ryan Jacobs. Off for captain Connor McClellan. Mustangs pick up just beyond the blue line. A nice move here by Jed Licka. Still loose in the slot. Mustangs batting at it. Caravan can't clear. Picking it up now is O'Brien to the slot. Jedlicka's going to outlet it to the point. Here's a shot, zips wide. Still with it are the Mustangs. That was not held inside the offensive zone. Taking a step out for a moment was Alexander Sullivan, and the Mustangs will be whistled back to the neutral zone.
St. Rita really trying to get something going. Very quick puck movement, high to low, and then back up high. But they just couldn't get the shot on target.
Comes up top for the Caravan now, and a shot redirected out of play. That was off the stick of TJ Kolke. A good look at the St. Rita bench there, led by head coach Brian Coleman. Played his collegiate hockey at the ACHA D1 level with Illinois. Also played in the NAHL, the Null, some would say, for the Chicago Freeze. That was back in 2001. Head coach of the Mustangs since 2014.
It's one thing that both of these programs can boast is experienced coaches that played at high levels, and guys like that can really teach a lot to high school players and get the most out of their games.
Jedlicka. Gavin Jedlicka throws it towards the net. It's floating in front and now sent out as Carrick Landos and company will get some changes. SMU with some time and space now. Until that was snuffed out, Gannats made some nice defensive plays early on. Puck trickles to the far side where Sean Ford picks it up. Tangleson up the wall. Sneaks by everybody. And now it's Jackson Will. St. Rita struggling with possession at center ice, and they send it down for an icing.
Mount Carmel really hasn't lost any of that edge so far. We've seen St. Rita with a little bit of zone time and some good looks, but the Caravan still have that desperation. They still have that aggressive forecheck, and they forced St. Rita into a few icings here.
You can tell why these two teams have been within one goal. As of the most recent game and the first game this season, St. Rita took 3-1.
Yeah, and that one took some insurance in the third period for St. Rita to close that one out. It was very much in doubt most of the way.
Discipline was the problem last game for Mount Carmel. They had 8 different penalties in the first period that led to a St. Rita 2-0 lead out the gate, and they just could not claw back. There's only been 1 penalty so far, and that's been on St. Rita.
It looks like we might have another one here.
I think the door
Actually,
is
the
off.
door is open. Good eye, Luke.
I don't think it's closing anytime soon either.
Saw the referee pointing. I just wasn't sure what he was pointing at. And there's our answer.
Well, there we go. All solved. Definitely don't want anybody getting hit through that door. Good safety precaution. Face off to the left of Aducey here. One back to Aiden O'Brien. Taken in the high slot and shoveled down the wall. Palmer Sheen towards the net, and Aducey's got his mid on it.
There you see it again. Mount Carmel just happy to throw pucks on net from any angle. We'll get another look at this here. Trying to sneak it in. Well, that looks like it went off of Aducey's stick first. Well, it looked like Mount Carmel was trying to sneak that shot in inside that near post along the leg pad. You see a lot of goalies do that RVH technique where they've got the one pad down. And they're down on the ice, leaned up against the post. Sometimes there can be some room up high.
Over the blue line, Jedlicka sends it across. Shot blockered away. Boy, Hayden Klein has been tested. He's got another one to potentially face here. Slid across and through a ton of skaters. Now on the near side. Supanavong. Leaves it for Gutkowski. Gutkowski on his backhand just flings it towards the net. A nice move below the cage now. Puck still up for grabs between Gutkowski and Garvey in a great fight. Here's Gutkowski again trying to wrap it around. Klein was prepared.
He got that into the blue paint. Klein was good with the goal stick and was able to sweep it out, but you've got Mount Carmel icing the puck here after St. Rita was really buzzing on that last shift.
Past halfway through the first. Nothing by Dominic Aducci or Hayden Klein yet. 9 total goals in the last matchup between these two. So you never know when the fireworks show can begin, if it even happens.
Yeah, this one a little bit tighter so far.
Here's a chance now. Nice shot block there. Josh Chinas getting in the way.
I was just ready for that puck to find the back of the net after I just called it a much tighter game.
Here's a clapper off the side of the net. That's Carr. Mustangs out of the zone.
Good step up there by Fenton Ryan, denying that zone entry. He just met that pass right away. He didn't sit back and wait for it to happen. He aggressively stepped up on that puck.
Jacobs in a pickle, just throws it up the wall. And it's eventually poked back to the St. Rita defensive line. Gavin Jedlicka puts it to the outside. Jedlicka's now got it, bottom of the circle. Jedlicka's gonna fire, it's punched away by Klein. Could be a chance up ahead. Here comes Ryan Jacobs. Jacobs down the far side. Pumps the brakes. He is being outnumbered by 5 there as his teammates in a change. Still a chance here. Tangleson can't hold. It was an uncomfortable pass that comes all the way down to Klein.
Really liked that play by Ryan Jacob. He realized he was all by himself, pulled up, hung on to it just long enough to get some reinforcements. I mean, that's impressive, 1 against 5.
Bouncing puck comes back to Bartolomo. Jack Willett. Cross now for Leo Vobs. Playing some catch there. .550 to play in the first. This puck hops by Leo Vobs. No icing. Vobs lays a nice hit below the goal line. St. Rita can't hold the zone. And here comes Carrick Landos. Landos towards the net. And that's steered aside. Aducci on the stop. 5.5 now to go. 2-on-2 puck battle. Don't know if this will be pried out anytime soon. Students come over and start banging the glass. And now we will finally blow it dead. Not every day you see that, Chris.
No, not at all. That's old school hockey right there. You used to see a lot more frozen pucks in the early 2000s and in the 90s and earlier, but really post 04-05 lockout, the emphasis was placed on keeping the play moving, and that applied to all levels, not just the pro ranks. So you don't see a lot of frozen pucks up against the boards, but that one was not moving. They pretty much had no choice but to blow it dead.
McClellan spins it down the wall. He's got it again right in front of the Mustang bench, turned it over. Back on the chase, Rowan Garvey coughed it up. It's off the back of the net now. And McClellan sends it ahead. Flood towards the net. Mustangs will let it ride. These two teams meeting for the first time since Thanksgiving Eve. And here comes Mount Carmel. Cunningham put into the wall there. Puck is held in the zone. Only for a moment. We got delayed off sides now Evan Melnicki didn't think so. Big hit in front of the glass by Glenke, but it's going to be a penalty for roughing.
This will be the second power play here for Mount Carmel. They didn't have much going on their last power play, but they got a couple of good chances at the tail end of it, hitting a couple of posts. We'll see if they can take some of that lesson from that prior power play and apply it here. Try to get something going, maybe a shot from the point, generate some more rebounds. They've been hungry around the net. They just haven't been able to put one by Adducey just yet.
And he mentioned really good end of the first power play last time. See if they can keep the momentum rolling. Nice soccer leg keep in the zone by Ryan Jacobs. Jacobs, patient, throws it across. Landos. Surveys, sends it down. Got the power play clock working this time, 1:32 to go. Here's Tangleson. Blue line fire. Looked to have been stopped there by Adducey, but Mount Carmel retains possession. Landos, down low. Tangleson. Looking for Landos. It gets by him, and it comes to Chinas, who throws it around the wall, but there to keep the zone is Jacobs. Ryan Jacobs with 3 minutes to go. Throws it into the slot. That was snuffed out by the Mustangs, who will now change all 4 penalty killers while the Caravan go back to work. Tangleson swoops inside. Gets by another Mustang. Trying to settle it now. The alternate captain looking for some motion. Tangleson fires towards the net. Rebound, prize loose, and Adducey stops the follow-up.
See more of that generating shots from the point recipe from Mount Carmel. And it looks like they're just a split second away from getting to that rebound chance, as it was kind of popping up in the air, but Adducey was there with the glove. Good puck control on this power play by Mount Carmel. They just haven't had a ton of shots.
Still 32 seconds of power play time to go. Puck trickling at the blue line, can't be kept in. Could be a chance now for Ben Maloney until it was poked away by Garvey.
That was a good stick there by Ryan Garvey to hold that up. We get an offside whistle, stop and play. But that could have been a problem. St. Rita had some speed going the other way, looking for a shorthanded chance, and Garvey just calmly poking that away. They got 23 seconds left on this power play.
Starting from their own defensive zone, Garvey trying to poke it ahead, looking for Palmersheen. Instead, it's coming back the other way. From the slot, Maloney shot that scurries wide. Garvey's got some time and space. Fires it up ice. This is going to take an awkward bounce off the wall and come all the way back down.
Nearly connected on that. That pass looked like it was intentionally behind the intended target, banking it for the angle towards Gannat, but was just out of his reach by the time he got to the zone.
Mount Carmel now 0 for 2 on the power play so far. St. Rita yet to get a man advantage chance tonight so far. Groen couldn't get up top to Garvey. Kolke up ahead. Chinas turns the corner and leads it ahead, where it'll come back for Bartolamo. Some nice pressure here. Could be a chance for Tommy Cunningham. Cunningham to the slot. Comes back up top for Groen. Minute to play in the first now. Thrown in front. Here's a forehand try over the crossbar. Mount Carmel's so close to drawing first blood.
Really good setup there from Groen, putting it to the middle. Shot just a little bit too high, right in front on the doorstep. Great play.
It has been Mount Carmel's period so far when you look at possession time, especially in the offensive zone. They'll fire one right over the blue line into the mitts of Adduci for a whistle with 31.9 seconds to play in the first period.
We're going to get another look at it here. That puck comes out to the front. Little shovel shot, and it's just a little bit too high. Evan Melnicki with the chance there. Parked in front that's where the goals are. He was in the right place at the right time, just shoveled that puck just a little bit too high.
Emmett Carr wins the faceoff for the Caravan, but the puck pinballs out of their offensive zone. It's in the feet of Jed Licka, trying to get it to his forehand. Now he does. Nice little stutter move, trying to get it out of the feet of Petro. He's relentless. Now it's Gentile looking in front. He's shoved down from behind. We have a penalty coming to Emmett Carr this time around, as Jed Licka just got hammered from behind.
Yeah, one of those plays where the puck was bouncing, and I'm sure Carr is going to regret the cross-check there. He probably could have tied up Jed Licka while that puck was bouncing, but instead bowls him over, and he gets him right on that number 9, and the official pretty much had no choice but to make that call. So it is a late power play here for St. Rita, their first one of the game.
9 power play goals in the CCHL season, just about middle of the CCHL, tied for 6th. Final seconds now, trying to just fire one shot on. It's loose in front. Gentile at the end. Big shot blocked by the captain, McClellan.
That's a huge shot block. There was time on that clock as Gentile let that puck fly. A little bit of chaos. Thanks to a face-off win by St. Rita, they get a couple of shots there, but some desperation from Mount Carmel keeps this game tied after 1.
The 2024-2025 Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series is presented by Body Armor. Continues all winter long, featuring some of the fiercest matchups in Illinois high school hockey. Don't miss out on the action. To see game dates, times, and details, head over to blackhawks.com/amateur. Jenna Rose is standing with captain of the Caravan, Connor McClellan, who just had that big shot block.
Thank you so much. I got to say, when it comes to possession time for your team in the offensive zone, you guys have been dominant. What will it take to find the back of the net?
We just got to get pucks hard on the net. This goalie, she's playing well. The more shots, the more we'll go in. We just got to keep applying pressure. We're doing well. We're right there.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Catch your breath, Connor. You were out there quite a while
Yeah, how about
in that first period.
Eats that puck right at the end of the period, and he's got the mic like a pro right in front of him.
And now it's Jenna Rose with the other captain, Richie Glenke.
Right, we are joined by Richie Glenke. The last time you two faced one another, 9 total goals were scored between these two teams. What will it take to get the energy here for your team?
Really just play physical, game pucks in. Now right now we don't have that much offensive time, but we'll see if we can change it right here on the power play.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. And we'll see if Glenke's offense can get a power play goal here to break open the scoring. 17 minutes so far, and these 2 goalies you're seeing on your screen, perfect up to this point.
Goalies have both been good, tested in different ways. There's been a lot of point shots and rebounds that Adduci's had to deal with. And St. Rita, while they have not had the same volume, I think, as Mount Carmel, they've had the more dangerous cross-crease type passes leading to shots from the outside. But a lot of blocker saves by Hayden Klein. He's been strong on that side.
Here's Glenke with it up top now for Willett. 32 seconds gone on St. Rita's first power play opportunity of this game. Willett up top, Jed Licka, skip pass. Glenke back up top. Willett walks the blue line. Finds Glenke open. He fires, and it looks like it got part of the glove of Klein. Tough to tell from here.
There's all kinds of traffic in front of Klein.
Here's Glenke again. Another shot block soaked up by the Caravan. Up top, Richie Glenke winds up again and just misfires. Jedlicka holds the zone past halfway through the St. Rita power play. Richie Glenke up top now. Willett trying to wind up on one, and instead it's scraped out of the zone by Palmersheen. Jedlicka will have to retreat once again. He's got Jacobs on his tail.
Home crowd showing their appreciation for this good penalty kill by Mount Carmel. It's been a high effort kill, blocking shots, breaking up passes, and they're almost through it.
Gentile gave it away. Could be a shorthanded opportunity. 2-on-1. Nice defense there by Antonio Gentile, getting it off of the hands of Andrew Flood.
That was a good battle between both players there. First Flood to take it away, then Gentile to take it right back from him.
Here's a chance on the far side of fire. That might have hit the post again.
Yeah, that definitely drew iron. I think we've had teams each hit the post twice in this game now.
My goodness. Chaos continues, but we stay scoreless. Jacobs up top now. Flood of fire, and it is gobbled up by Adusi.
Adusi, a nice job getting out on top of the blue paint there to make that save. We go back to the chance here for St. Rita, and a fought-off glove save there by Klein. And then there's that look at the shot off the near-post blocker side. And I'm sure Klein gave the goalpost a little stick tap there. And at this end of the ice in the St. Rita zone, Dominic Adusi had to dig the puck out of his leg pad. It had fallen down in between his pants and his goalie leg pad, so had to fish that one out.
Face off one back up top. This one sticked aside. Adusi credited another save. Tangelson looking down the wall. Gets some help from Landos, and it's eventually floated out of the zone. Bartolamo rings it around. That's Gannett trying to make a fancy pass. Out to center ice we go. Chinas taken down by Gannett, and St. Rita's going to have another power play. Adusi races to the Mustang bench, but it'll be no use. And with 14:02 to go, St. Rita has not only their second power play opportunity of the game, but this is their second time getting minutes here in the second period.
I think St. Rita's starting to find their legs a little bit more. I would have to give the edge, at least in the jump and the speed in the first period, to Mount Carmel, but St. Rita's starting to wrestle the pace a little bit back in their favor. And now we're seeing it with their second power play of the game. Back-to-back power plays, as it's Carrick Londos going to the box for that trip.
Londos, senior forward, will have to watch anxiously from the sin bin now as St. Rita a chance to get ahead. Mount Carmel starts off by winning the draw, and St. Rita will have to go the full 200 now. Glenke evades Jacobs. Richie Glenke zips it across. It is beyond all Mustangs. Regained in the neutral zone by the captain. Gentile, third-year varsity skater, cuts back and forth up center ice. Now fires into the gear of Klein with a nice stop there. We have some aftermath. This is what a rivalry brings you.
Yeah, Gentile going straight to the net. Klein had control of it, but there's nothing saying you can't go to the net hard and try to fish for a loose puck. And he draws the response from Garvey there, who goes right after him. You got to love this from both sides. Trying to make something happen. And actually, it looks like they're going to take Gentile off for a rough as well as Garvey, as they've got the penalty box door open for Mount Carmel. Maybe not. Garvey kind of skated over to the box. We weren't sure if he was going to go off.
Yeah, very confusing sequence. It's Garvey now to the bench. No penalties assessed to Mount Carmel. It is only Gentile out of that scrum. So now you're talking 4-on-4 for the next 86 seconds.
I think if you're Gentile, if you do that again, you take a few lumps from Mount Carmel. You go to the net and you draw that response. But you can't push back if you're trying to draw a penalty in favor of your team. I mean, I don't mind that move of going hard to the net and maybe rattling the cage a little bit, but just took it a little bit too far, and now he costs his team the rest of their power play. We've got some 4-on-4 hockey.
Ice is well spread out now, and here could be a chance for Gutkowski. Travis Gutkowski throws it towards the net, redirected over the cage. Recollected now by Josh Chinas, who sends it up the wall, but Mount Carmel all over it. And here comes McClellan. Vertical for Tangleson. And that does not reach his stick. It's going to go down for icing.
That's a tough break. There's a lot of room on the ice for both teams when you're playing 4-on-4. And Mount Carmel had some space and speed going up the ice, and just a little miscue on that pass forces them all the way back into their own zone.
Three minutes and 57 seconds into the second period. We are very much near 21 minutes of hockey. Still looking for that first goal. 4-on-4 opens up the chances of that. Oh, big body contact there. That's Sean Ford laying ahead. Carr pumps the brakes. Emmett Carr amidst a ton of noise along the boards. He goes down. What a shift here for Ford physically. Jacobs back around. Talk about unfortunate bounce, as it looks like it was purposely avoiding Carr there below the goal line.
Yeah, he was trying to rim it there for Carr, but a funky bounce eludes him. But now they're going to get back into the zone here.
Carr fires one that's blocked off the leg of Maloney. Chinas. 7 seconds left to 4-on-4. Then it'll be a condensed Mount Carmel power play. But it's St. Rita with it now. Gutkowski cuts around Garvey. We're now at a 5-on-4 favoring Mount Carmel. Willett winds up and he scores! It took a trickle in front, and St. Rita has opened the scoring.
Jack Willett just getting that puck on net. It looks like a harmless shot at first. Here it comes from the point, and that might have got tipped in front. I'm not sure if it hit one of the skaters out in front of the net, but I don't think Hayden Klein ever had a great look at that puck. And it seemed like it was kind of fluttering towards him, and he was anticipating the shot, but I don't think he read it well. It's a 1-0 lead here for the Mustangs.
St. Rita opens the scoring just like they did last game. Still 12 seconds on a Mount Carmel power play. That is considered a shorthanded goal. That's their first shorthanded goal of the season for St. Rita. It was right as Carrick Landos was coming out of the box, so really a 4-on-4, but statistically, the Mustangs able to break out of that shorthanded goal drought. They were one of two teams in the CCHL not to have a shorthanded goal up until that point. Jedlicka. His move won't work. Tangleson up ahead for Flood. Chases it down. Andrew Flood to his backhand. Flood, it's off the side of the net. Batted off by a Caravan skater. It's jarred loose and now slid to the corner by Jedlicka. Caravan still threatening. Gentile, some nice defensive display. Can he turn into offense? Trying to sauce it ahead, and it's gloved out of the air by Tangleson. That was a nice play by the CCHL All-Star and Zach Tangleson. Mason sinks. Took a redirection and now taken the other way. Here's a fire. Blocker to side off the stick of Leahy.
the kind of response you need if you're Mount Carmel. Get a good scoring chance right away after giving up the goal.
Another real threat there coming from the Mustangs. That was Supanivong. Would have had his first goal of CCHL play there. Face off to the right of Hayden Klein. Won by the Mustangs. A little too much power. Has them working from center ice. Gutkowski. In beyond Klein. Garvey. Looks ahead for Cunningham. St. Rita's got it again. Moving to the inside. Now a shot from the high slot. Stick to side. Garvey's got some ice. Takes advantage of it. Rowan Garvey, the sophomore. Trying to split two Mustangs. That won't happen. And now he takes down a Ducey. He's going to take a beating for that.
I feel like Garvey kind of got pushed into the net a little bit. And then the St. Rita players take exception. We're going to get a good look at it here. He's kind of sandwiched. He's going to the net. And that kind of, it's almost an accidentally on purpose situation there, and the Mustangs are having none of it.
Jenna?
Hey, it's so nice joining both you guys here on the broadcast. I just thought it was funny here at the Chicago Blackhawks. We'll have two of the captains come join us for Shoot the Puck. It was really fun. They got to experience being out on the ice. Both captains representing St. Rita, Richie Glenke for Mount Carmel. It was Connor McClellan, and they both scored when they came up. Richie scored first, actually, but on his third shot, we saw Connor come in. So it's just kind of jokes of who is going to find the back of the net first when it comes to this game. But we could see that Jack Willett answered that for us here for St. Rita as it is 1-0. Just thought I'd share. And Chris Dubio, I'm doing PA tonight. We miss having you, your voice here in the ring, but love having you guys on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us for Rivalry.
Well, Jenna, you're doing an awesome job doing PA for the game here tonight.
Double duty, working broadcast and in-game.
Game recognizes game.
I've only mispronounced a few things, but that's fine.
You're doing a great job, Jenna.
This puck remains in play. 9:10 to go, cycled down the wall. Chinas. That play snuffed out. Becomes loose in the slot. Spin around shot, Glenke in there on the play was Klein. Petro. Up ahead, this takes a favorable bounce, and here comes Ryan Jacobs, all alone, fires, big save, and now this is still loose. Mount Carmel's poking at it, and it's finally whistled dead. The chaos continues here in Morgan Park.
St. Rita came back with so much speed. It was almost too much speed. They almost ran into their own goaltender. What a save here. It looked like it might have caught a little bit of the mask there of a Ducey. And the sliding, diving St. Rita player nearly takes him into his own net. And then you've got Emmett Carr going hard to the cage, trying to poke it free. But a Ducey was able to hang on. What chaos.
Oh. It will continue, folks. Jacobs in front. Petro well defended by Ford. Jacobs now backhands it and has it turned over. Here comes Ryan Mayo up ice. Mayo, top of the circle shot, off part of the glove of Klein. And Mount Carmel regains it. Jacobs looking center ice, can't be stick down. It's behind Petro. Able to get some reinforcement from Carr. 8 minutes to play in the middle frame. Will we have another dead whistle this time around? We're getting close to it. Now it's loose. Put back into the pile and then flipped out by the Mustangs. How many seconds do you think they were from blowing that dead?
That one didn't seem nearly as close, but what I am noticing is it's starting to get awfully friendly as I put my tongue in cheek between these two teams. Intensity level starting to pick up, especially along the boards.
Petro fans on a shot attempt. Here comes Aiden O'Brien the other way. O'Brien rips one off the iron. St. Rita, the rest of the skaters in a change, and O'Brien took it himself, and he was millimeters from doubling the Mustang lead.
They take an icing here, but we're going to roll this back. Here's O'Brien cutting in. Does the fake to the inside, goes outside and shoots it off that near side post. What a great look. And St. Rita with a lot of juice here in this second period could easily have a 2, perhaps maybe even a 3-goal lead, but the score stays 1-0. The crowd's starting to get more boisterous as we go along in this one. Love the atmosphere here for the Blackhawks rivalry series.
Brian Coleman makes a switch at goalie. Adducey plays a perfect first half of the game, but now here comes Brendan Morgan in between the pipes. Tested early, that one nearly came right by him. It trickles just wide, and now McClellan taken down below the goal line. Not enough for a call. The captain still with it down low. McClellan into the slot off the skate of Gannett, and the zone is cleared.
How about that spot to be thrown into the net for Brendan Morgan? D-zone draw. Mount Carmel with a little bit of energy.
Here's a chance. Rebound loose. Gannett on the shot. The follow-up nearly put home by Vinny Ciocci. Landos, patient. Glenke all over him. It ends up in his feet. And the Caravan forced out of the O-zone. Another chance here. Here comes the senior. Landos. Nice move. Couldn't hang on. Gannett there to help. Backhands it off the side of the net. Logan Gannett surveys. Down and around beyond the stick of Landos. In the help from the point is Kolke. Thrown in front now. Still up for grabs. Glenke takes a hard hit. A pressure cooker of an offensive possession here. It's not over. Give it across. Oh my goodness. Brendan Morgan with the big stop. Mount Carmel still has the puck. Kolke, double team. Kolke to his backhand. He's got a man in front. Throws it. Oh, Morgan the stop. It's still loose. St. Rita dives on top of it. You got to watch if this is going to be a penalty. Richie Glenke just went straight on top of the puck. And now we get a whistle.
Bedlam down in front of the St. Rita net. Brendan Morgan, welcome to the game. You are going to see high danger chances left and right. How about that left pad save? Now we're getting another look here. Point blanker right in front. Morgan's right there to make the stop. And he just makes himself big and keeps his team in front. And now we got the officials talking things over. There was a lot of pushing and shoving after that last whistle.
And I think especially what they could be talking about here is,
are they going to move the draw outside the zone?
I've had a moment in my own past where I dove on top of the puck and they gave the other team a penalty shot. So that will not happen, but it sure looked close. Glenke looked to have maybe pounced on top of that puck, and as much as you have goalie instincts even as a skater, you can't typically do that. It must have somehow trickled its way to the coverage of Morgan. Either way, back into play here. 1-0 St. Rita in a game that sure just felt like it could have been tied up, but what a sequence there from Brendan Morgan as Mount Carmel stays scoreless so far. Garvey through the legs of Flood. Trying to swipe it ahead was Willett. Gentile, that's held in by Bartolomeo, pardon me. Flood. Palmer Sheen down low now. Thrown in front. Intended slot target was Flood, but nothing comes out of it. Leahy looking across. Palmer Sheen up the wall, fresh off the bench. Tangleson able to keep the zone. Tangleson swoops by a defender. Zach Tangleson to his forehand off the crossbar.
Man, Mount Carmel really putting the work in, generating all kinds of offense, but they just haven't been rewarded yet.
Here comes Gentile the other way. He's bodied off by Tangleson. O'Brien. Willette sent in deep, and we have icing. 3:53 to go in the second period. What a beautiful move by Zach Tangleson. And if I am not fooled, that looks to have gotten by Morgan, but not by the 4x6.
Now Morgan got a little bit of a piece of it after Tangleson shoveled it on goal. Morgan's got good size, fills the net, and he's made a number of big saves here late in this second period to keep it a 1-0 lead for St. Rita.
Well, he's used to taking a lot of action. Out of 4 of his 5 starts, he's faced 30 or more shots on goal. So I guess you could say his past games have warmed him up for something like this, because as a goalie who plays the second half of the game, you're probably not as favored to do as good as the first goalie, just because you face shots and warm-ups, then you're sitting on a bench getting cold, but he comes in, he's plenty warm now.
No doubt about that. It's really, you ask most goalies, it's really about those first few shots. You want to get the puck on your gear, feel it, get a feel for the game, and he was entering the game in a tough spot. Right as Mount Carmel has started to buzz more in this second period is when Morgan entered the game.
They've hit a gear we didn't even know was possible. Could have been another chance there before it was extinguished out of the slot. 3:10 to play in the second period. Still 1 goal in this one. That came from Jack Willette. Actually, an A-High article about him earlier this season. He's getting his private pilot license and going into aviation.
Yeah, completed a 2-hour flight all on his own. Impressive for a high school kid. And he almost got on the board once again there. If I'm IDing the correct player, it was a good chance for St. Rita.
Tommy Cunningham, he's got numbers trying to drop it back for a cutting Tangleson. He's frustrated, but now he's got to get back. Gutkowski kind of whiffed on a pass there. Colorato down around, and here's some space for Travis Gutkowski. Sharp angle shot, patted aside. Still below the net. Gutkowski trying to wrap it home, still loose. Everybody's poking at it, and now we're going to have a whistle.
It was Colorado earlier on that chance. Had a good chance in front, and I think we're going to get a look at it here. Puck comes out from a funny angle. Klein makes the save. Then a stuff attempt, another stop by Klein. You got Colorado in there digging for the loose puck, but Hayden Klein able to squeeze it. We get down to the last 2 minutes in this second period.
Caravan could really use one headed into the break. What they don't need is another Mustang goal. Here's Chinas looking across. It's in the slot. Backhand try, score! Travis Gutkowski doubles the Mustang lead.
Gutkowski right at the doorstep there. That's going to be his 6th of the season. Digging that loose puck, finding the back of the net. Klein was down and out, didn't have much of a chance on that. And that's a huge goal here for St. Rita. 2-goal lead late in the second period. Mount Carmel's got to do their best to answer back now.
So many young stars between both of these teams, and one of them, the spotlight for sure, is Gutkowski. That's his team leading 13th point. And he's just a sophomore, still out there. He's got another chance before Klein gets on top of it.
Second goal against Mount Carmel this season also for Travis Gutkowski. And there he is, trying to poke another one home, and Hayden Klein able to pounce on that one.
91 seconds to go in the middle frame. St. Rita, 2 goals in the second period to lead them where they are now. Logan Gannett trying to chop that lead in half. Gannett could not get by the feet of Aiden O'Brien, but it's held in. Kolke bodied off. He gives some retaliation. They're going at it. I am shocked we don't have offsetting calls there, but we'll play on with nearly a minute to go.
The ref's letting them play a little bit. We have not had a ton of penalties in this game. And the penalties we have seen have all been kind of the obvious tripping minors. The rough stuff, there has been a little bit of a tolerance for it. Big offensive zone draw here for St. Rita. They seem to have Mount Carmel on the ropes here a little bit late in this second period, and now they're going to get another O-zone draw. You win this face-off, create another scoring chance.
And they do win the face-off here. A team that has lost 5 straight. Their last win coming against Mount Carmel. Looking to do it again. Gannett gives it back. A chance to add on. Here comes Gavin Jedlicka with the shot off the mitts of Klein. Credited a huge stop there.
Very big save. You got to keep this a 2-goal game going into the break if you're Mount Carmel.
Here's Willett looking for his second. Fires that wide. Mount Carmel just trying to get out of the zone, and that's what they do. A nice effort by Vinny Ciocci. 15 seconds. Just a tennis match between the two defensive zones before it looks like Willett, his pass messed with, but still a chance. It could be Maloney at the buzzer backhand try. Klein is there, and the buzzer sounds on the second period where St. Rita finds not 1, but 2 goals, the only 2 we've seen of this match.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good chances on both sides. St. Rita able to cash in. Mount Carmel, some misfortune. They've run into a goaltenders actually. Both St. Rita goalies have made some huge saves. Mount Carmel's hit a couple of posts. They're getting their chances. They just haven't found the back of the net just yet. And that's why St. Rita has the edge after 2 periods of play.
Jenna, take things away.
All right, thank you so much, guys. We are joined by Travis Gudkowski making this 2-0. Now, we could see that scoring was really opened up previously by your teammate. How does that just alleviate the pressure for you guys?
Just getting shots. Like, the shots are there. And if we keep crashing the net, they're going to keep coming.
And can you walk us through your goal?
So originally I thought Josh was going to shoot it. Then he made a great pass and then just kind of made a move and it went in.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you as you get ready for the third.
Thank you.
Sending it back to you guys.
Thank you, Jenna. That's Travis Gudkowski, who doubled the Mustang lead as they head into their locker room with not a comfortable 2-0 lead, but it's a lead, Chris.
No doubt about it. Not a comfortable lead at all, but I've got to believe that they're feeling pretty good about themselves, especially how that game started. Mount Carmel seemed to have all the energy as the home team in the first period. They got their crowd behind them. They had all kinds of energy. They were very aggressive on the forecheck, but they still haven't had anything to show for it. And St. Rita slowly but surely building the momentum as the game has gone along. They've cashed in with a couple of goals, and now they're 17 minutes away from taking their 3rd in a row against their Chicago Catholic League rivals.
St. Rita looking for the sweep. We'll see if they can do so when we come back. For now, enjoy these intermission festivities hosted by Jenna Rose.
Items. Man, Garrett, I know you're representing Mount Carmel here today, but that's a tough act to follow. But you know what? We got some good fans in the building. We've got your favorite mascot. Let's see shot number 1. All right, just off to the right. All right, here we go. Getting ready for shot number 2. Tommy Hawk cheering him on. Hey, that's okay. He corrected. That's good. All right, final one. If you're ready, let's hear it as he takes a step in those Birkenstocks for shot number 3. Oh, so close, but Garrett, honestly, up top, this is not easy, people. Thank you so much for joining us here for Shoot the Puck, as we had a couple of fans have some fun, and Teddy, representing the St. Jude Knights, is going home with a couple of autographed items and a Blackhawks prize pack. We'll see you for the third period.
We are just about ready to go for the third period here at Morgan Park Sports Center, where the St. Rita Mustangs have a 2-goal lead among their rival, the Mount Carmel Caravan. It has been a fun one so far. Should be a thrilling 17 minutes left on tap here on this Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series matchup. Alongside Chris Dubiel, my name is Luke Jordan. What does Mount Carmel got to do to get back into this one, Chris?
I don't think they've got to change too much. They might have a few things to clean up in the D zone, but they can't let go of that intensity. Keep skating hard, keep getting in on the forecheck and creating those chances in front of the net. And if you're St. Rita, not much has to change for you. Keep those chances coming. Protect the house. Make sure Brendan Morgan doesn't have to deal with too much chaos in front of his crease, and you can cruise to another victory.
Goaltending change for the Caravan. Alex Urban, the senior, steps in for the third period in replacement of Hayden Klein, who still played a great first two.
Yeah, Hayden Klein was excellent. Surrendered the 2 goals, but made a number of big saves in the face of some dangerous chances from St. Rita.
Speaking of dangerous, how about that bounce? Nearly got by Brendan Morgan, who played lights out ever since he's entered this one. Flipped halfway with Dominic Aducci.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you're Mount Carmel. Just get into the game. Get into the game. Get a quick shot on net and get back to what you've been doing best all night, and that's being aggressive on the forecheck and throwing pucks towards the cage.
McClellan around the wall, finds Braden Petro. Now it's Emmett Carr. Carr to his backhand, looking in front through the feet of Petro. Zone cleared. McClellan, well displayed defense there on Travis Gutkowski. Carr now plays it safe off to Garvey. The St. John, Indiana native had that pass skip over the stick of Carr, and the Caravan are headed back into their defensive zone on an icing call.
Yeah, just an unfortunate bounce there. They're trying to make a long pass up the ice, and it just kind of picked up on edge and skittered down the rink.
Gentile and Landos at the face-off dot. Face-off won by the Mustangs. Backhand trying the follow-up. Trickles in! St. Rita running away with this one on their high horse. They're up 3-0.
Gavin Jedlicka with the goal. And this is a case of the goaltender just having trouble with the rebound. He makes the initial stop, and it just kind of flutters on him, and he's unable to come up with it, and it's in the back of the net. Just a tough one here for Mount Carmel as Gavin Jedlicka extends the St. Rita lead.
Jedlicka, 6th goal on the year. He's now got it down low, hungry for more. Jedlicka swings it down low for Chinas. He's able to strip it of the opposing number 73, Zach Tangleson. Sent into the slot now. Below the net, it's Landos. Had that play snuffed out by Ben Maloney. Eventually chipped ahead. A nice lead pass for Vinny Ciocci, but he can't hang on. Up for Tangleson. And out of the zone it comes. Tangleson sends it back down with his backhand as the Caravan go to chase. We'll have icing here with 14:53 to play. St. Rita has found one already. And they lead 3-0.
Even though St. Rita's got the 3-goal lead, the one thing you can take as a positive if you're Mount Carmel is you still got a good amount of time left in this third period, but you got to score quickly. You get on the board in the next minute or two, it's a 2-goal game with about 10 minutes left. Not a great ideal situation, but definitely manageable.
Willett looking for his second, but the glove of Alex Urban is there.
Urban's happy to have that one. Look it right into his glove, hang on to it, saw it all the way, confident save, and just forget about that bad bounce a minute or so ago.
Urban a 21 save shutout in his recent appearance versus Marist, where Mount Carmel found a critical 3 points. And here's Flood, looking to cut into the 3-goal deficit as he slides it across just out of reach of Palmersheim.
Flood had a lot of speed coming down the wing and made a good pass. Oh, what a hit!
My goodness, Zach Tangleson displaying some power there, and Mount Carmel regains the puck before it's eventually intercepted by Finn Maloney. Palmersheim for Mount Carmel sends it around the wall. Past 3 minutes into this third period, 3-0 lead for St. Rita as they stick it ahead. That was still behind the red line, so we'll have icing here. Nonetheless, a nice effort by Max Supanovong.
Another look at that open ice hit by Zach Tangleson. Just taking his man out of the play.
Tangleson, a dual sport athlete, like a handful of these Mount Carmel skaters, and actually Alex Urban between the pipes. They all play for the Caravan Lacrosse Squadron as well. Here's a far side shot. Stop there, and McClellan unable to hold the zone. This comes all the way back down for Urban, where we'll have another icing. Three-time state champion St. Rita looking to find a cushion to keep them in the playoff picture. St. Rita currently in that number 8 spot with 10 points on the season. A regulation win would give them 13, while Mount Carmel is 4 points behind just out of that last spot. Glenke a shot, eaten alive there. Nice shot blocked by Garvey. Sends it across ice. Melnicki. Now McClellan in deep. Turning ahead is Willett. That was intercepted. Cunningham down the wall. Melnicki, the junior, down low. Cunningham sweeps it in front. And it's looking like Morgan got on top of that.
That growing in front of the net there, and they were just trying to sweep it to him. He was parked in front. It looked like it was almost going to skip free, but Morgan able to cover that up. Mount Carmel staying aggressive on that forecheck. They were able to force a turnover with a 2-man forecheck down low, bringing a lot of pressure. They're going to need the puck all they can get it, down 3 here with 13 minutes to go.
With the substitution of Urban in net for Mount Carmel, both these goalies not only athletes within hockey, but both for their respective lacrosse teams as well. Not too often you see that, especially between netminders. Tangleson loses his twig. Plays kept alive by Carr. Backhands in front, loose. Morgan couldn't get his mitt on it. It's recollected by Petro up top. Tangleson fires. That shot is blocked by Antonio Gentile. Here he has it, center ice. Ahead for Jedlicka, but he was just a toe off sides, and now plenty of space for Tangleson to gain. Cuts it inside. Tangleson fires off the iron. Rebound just wide off the stick of Gannett. Boy, would that have been huge for Mount Carmel. They're still with it. Petro, far side. Trying to spin off Chinas. That won't come easy. Now in front, backhand try. Tangleson misses. It's going to come right back beyond him. And a nice offensive possession there for Mount Carmel, but still nothing to show on the scoreboard.
How about Zach Tangleson just smoothly carrying the puck up ice, makes a move, lets it fly, and it goes right off the post. It's almost like he lulled St. Rita to sleep carrying the puck.
Gannett there on a shot, patted aside Morgan. .11.5 to go. Time is running out, and St. Rita's trying to add on. Nobody there in the low slot. Off the pass from O'Brien. He's got it now. Gets it back. Shot fluttered wide. Mount Carmel clears the zone. This will not be enough for icing. Foot race between Willett and Jacobs. Down low now. Landos, patient, throws it in front. Nearly pinballs in. Now that's Leo Vovs who throws it up the wall and finds Vince Skokel. Garvey accelerating through the neutral zone. Rowan Garvey with the shot that got redirected wide. Nice hold of the zone, but only for a moment. And now it's Mount Carmel backtracking. Wide open on the near side. Vinny Ciocci with the shot off the mitt. Another save on behalf of Morgan. His glove was poked just after the whistle. We'll have some retaliation.
And Mount Carmel just continuing to get pucks on net. There's that shot from Tangleson that catches the post, and they nearly had a try on the rebound there. We were so enamored with the initial shot that we didn't really talk about that follow-up try that nearly found the net as well.
Oh man, that's one that Logan Gannett is going to want back. But they're still threatening. Nice shot there from Palmer Sheen, but Brendan Morgan remains invincible in this one.
He's been awfully busy since he's come into the game. It's another one where he's just steady in the crease, tracks the puck, stops it, and holds on.
No icing here. St. Rita starting from their own goal line. Richie Glenke, all-star selection for these Mustangs. Tangleson out there for the Caravan. Those were the two all-stars you saw in the red on Marquee Sports Network last week. Chris and I and Dylan Ward were there with you for that one.
It's a fun day all around.
Always is.
Get the best Illinois high school hockey players all in one place, all over at the All-State Arena. How about that for Tangleson for Mount Carmel and Glenke for St. Rita? You play in the high school all-star game 1 week at All-State Arena, and then you're playing in a Chicago Blackhawks rivalry series game a week later.
Yeah, I tell you what, fans of the All-Star game could not pack All-State Arena, unfortunately, but oh my goodness, here at Morgan Park, there are not many spots along the glass behind the net that have any room whatsoever. Here's Gentile on a shot. Oh my goodness, that was a very audible sound to the crossbar, and it made it up here to the booth.
And that was just totally just snapped. You watch this puck come off the blade with so much mustard on it, catches the bar, and then that puck deflected straight up and went it over the protective netting, and it hit the guardrail. We're up in the corner. Our vantage point's up in the corner by the Mount Carmel goal. Had a real good look at that puck.
We almost caught that one. 9.5 to go. You're talking a goal every 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Here's a shot. Makes a fan on the glass flinch. O'Brien up the wall. Turning back is Garvey. Mount Carmel struggling with the zone entry, and here's what it becomes. Nearly a great chance there for the sophomore Ben Maloney before it got by him. Garvey, plenty of real estate. Just throws it towards Morgan, who punches it aside to the far side. Urban leaves it for Garvey, being hounded by Supanavong. Now it's Petro, the sophomore, across for McClellan. Beautiful lead pass for Gannett. Logan Gannett. Toe drags, fires into the glove. Another glove save for Brendan Morgan.
Morgan made that one look easy, but a tricky shot. As you see the drag shot by the defenseman as Gannett's momentum is pulling him away from where he's sending the puck. But Morgan was not fooled.
Lando still threatening. Cycles it down low. Siochi. Got some numbers in the slot. It bounces right to the stick of Jacobs. He shoots, and it is not in the back of the net. Morgan has it somewhere in his gear, and there it is.
We weren't sure about that when he was looking behind him. Here's a great look. Morgan's able to pin it between his arm and his body. Between the arm and the chest. Just squeezing that one in. Look behind him to make sure nothing was leaking out. And it's still 3-0 St. Rita. How close can you get if you're Mount Carmel?
My goodness. You play this exact game back and could very much be tied for all we know. So many great chances, and you can't control what the post stops, but what the goalie stops, it just, oh my goodness, every shot so far.
Nice defensive effort there by Londos to get back and kill that play.
Travis Gukowski was looking for his second. He had the second goal for St. Rita. Jacobs had it swiped away. Mustangs would love one more as they dump it in. Bartolomeo puts it near side. Jacobs gave it away. Beautiful move. Backhand try just wide by Gukowski.
Nice steal, nice backhand to get around the defenseman, but just a little bit too high. Crafty play there by Gukowski, who already has a goal in this game.
Dangleson backhands it in front. This comes to the far side where Dangleson regains and puts it around. Sioshi. A lot of board battles in this third period. Mount Carmel wins this one. Flood. In front. Fanning on that shot was Leahy. Two players go down. That's Flood and Glenkey.
Yeah, they kind of got tangled up away from the puck, but just incidental contact, I should say. No penalties coming of that.
Flood, a fire. Another stop, Morgan. I mean, it's these first shots that Morgan's been so great with. He had maybe one or two rebounds given in that second period when he was starting to warm up, but since then he's been practically perfect.
There's another look at that shot by Gukowski, just missing, and then there's Morgan. He sees it all the way, watches that puck into his glove, and it's a lot less stressful if you're one of the skaters on St. Rita if you know your goaltender's not giving up a rebound. You don't have to scramble to bat that puck away or tie up a stick.
Flood puts it down for Palmersheim. In front now. Morgan's on top of it. Now it's still loose and regained by the Mustangs. Another chance in front. Garvey holds the zone, flings it towards the net where it's gloved down by Jedlicka. Nice hit there from Palmersheim. Ben Maloney. Maloney, a little head fake. Trying to shake off Kolke. Now he's triple teamed just about. Gentile in to help. He drops it down the wall. Gentile backhands ahead. Maloney looking for that give and go, can't connect. Gentile with it again. Drops it back. Fire over the crossbar. Rebound attempt. Maloney off the side of the net. Nearly caught Urban sleeping. Gentile keeps possession. Sinks, looking for the slot. And Flood finally clears.
Man, that last shift in that offensive possession by St. Rita, they did such a good job of holding the line. Mount Carmel had a couple of chances to clear the zone, and a couple of times it was the point man for St. Rita, the defenseman holding that line. There was one of those by Gentile that was knocked out of midair to keep the play alive for the Mustangs.
Face off won by St. Rita. They throw it right on net off the stick of Ryan Mayo, and Urban came prepared. You're talking a goal under every 90 seconds from here on out. It's not easy, but anything's possible.
Yeah, the clock is not the ally of the Caravan right now as we're under 5 minutes of play. And they
that's
score.
Ryan Mayo. Mustangs put the final nail in the coffin, it seems. With 4 minutes to go, they lead by 4.
And that's just a prime example of just get the puck on net and good things happen. Urban got a lot of it, but he didn't get all of it as it just sneaks in, and it's a 4-0 lead for the St. Rita Mustangs. Quick shot right off the draw, and they are rewarded with a goal.
First meeting between these two, just separated by 2 goals. Then the second one, 5-4 win for St. Rita, separated by 1 goal, but on the big stage here, it has been all St. Rita. But we mentioned, as we have some shoving, that'll continue. What I was trying to get at was, you know, Mount Carmel, couple more chances. No, they have the chances. They just don't have the finishing. I mean, they are so close. They've hit the post. Brendan Morgan and Adusi have played incredible.
The thing, if you're Mount Carmel, you just have to be frustrated with the way that this game has gone because you've done a lot of things right. They're getting a lot of scoring chances. They've been aggressive on the forecheck, but they just haven't been able to bury their chances, and that's been a big difference in this one. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put the puck in the back of the net. No matter how well you're forechecking or causing turnovers or getting pucks at the net. So definitely not a lack of effort, just the execution just hasn't been there.
There could be a chance here. It's Carr, and he scores! Emmett Carr, 3rd goal of the season, and Mount Carmel has not heard no bell.
That'll get some wind back in the sails, especially after the color analyst was saying how they hadn't found the back of the net and they weren't executing. They were able to poke one by the goaltender Morgan. They finally solve him, and just getting pucks towards the net, they're able to tip it past him, and 3-goal game with 3:46 left. It's not quite over yet.
Only a matter of time before we jinxed it. And now I can finally use the word shutout. That will not be happening. Here's a shot. Jacobs into the glove. Another big save for Morgan. And there might have been some traffic in front too.
There definitely was. Morgan was able to see through the bodies in front. A good job by Siochi to get to the net, but he just wasn't quite in front of Morgan there to take his eyes away. But you start to wonder what this game would look like had that puck gone in.
I would not be shocked if that goal ended up going in and we would have had a timeout. This game would have been completely changed. Still a chance to do that. Garvey on the near side. Another big save, Morgan. Up for grabs. A beautiful between-the-leg pass by a Mustang, and now Glenke zips it across. Gutkowski just plays it safe around the wall. 3 minutes left. You need a goal every minute if you're Mount Carmel. Trying to really stay tight in the CCHL playoff race. McClellan looks ahead, pass behind the stick of Carrick Landos, and the Caravan is set back there.
Really good look here at the last chance there for Garvey for Mount Carmel. Jumping in from the point to join the play, get a good look at the net. But there's Morgan again with that big chest protector taking up a lot of the net. He was able to cut the angle down and There really weren't any holes for Garvey to shoot at.
Bartolomo, senior defenseman, off the draw. Pass up ahead for Flood. Flood sends ahead. 2.5 to go now. And you wonder how aggressive head coach Mike DiStefano will be about maybe potentially pulling Urban, try to get that extra attacker. It would have to be within this time window. But here's a chance the other way. Jedlicka fire. Hits somebody in the lane of traffic. Palmer Sheen had that intercepted, and here comes Gentile. Antonio Gentile cuts to the slot and rips one over the crossbar. Gentile got some space. Patient throws it into the glove of Urban with a nice stop there. Stop clock, 1:51 to play.
Nice save there. Urban on Gentile. Gentile trying to walk that from behind the net. And this earlier chance sails up high. And there's that wraparound try from Gentile. Urban's all over it. Good anticipation there by the goaltender. We're going to have a timeout here now.
Mike DiStefano using his one and only timeout. Trying to get some words to his skaters. As you see there, no drawing board, but also you would have to imagine he's just trying to get some rest time for his studs.
At this point, you're just trying to get everybody on the same page, get everybody rested up a little bit. In a situation like this, it may not necessarily be the best move to try and draw up a specific play, especially with the face-off in the D zone. There's probably a message to the defensemen and the forwards, hey, if we win the draw, somebody's flying, get the puck up ice. Conversely, if you lose the draw, obviously you've got to win the puck back and put pressure on the puck carrier. But a timeout with just under 2 minutes left, it at least gives you some kind of a chance to maybe make something happen here late.
Face off to the right of senior netminder Alex Urban, and St. Rita wins it. Now it's Mount Carmel's time. They control their own destiny from here on out. Gannett, near side, trying to make a move, was Carr. He's got the lone goal for Mount Carmel. Tangelson trying to fire in. Carr pushes ahead. Stops and backhands it back for Tangelson. Tangelson, patient now, gets a shot off. And there goes Urban to the Mount Carmel bench. 6 skaters out. Here's a rebound on the near side, and gobbling it up is Morgan on yet another stop.
Lots of bodies in front once again for Mount Carmel. They get the puck on net. Morgan has to fight off that first one, and he's right there with the rebound, making a save on Emmett Carr, who almost had his second goal in a couple of minutes. Carr has been around the net, fishing for those loose pucks, but this time Morgan got the better of that matchup.
Face off one back to Gannett. Caravan leave that extra attacker out there. Here's Gannett on a one-timer just wide, and now they put it home! They don't all got to be pretty. Meat and potatoes hockey has the Caravan within 2 with 66 seconds to play.
Again, just getting the puck towards the net, creating havoc, and finally they get to a loose puck. Oh, and it goes in off the goaltender's skate.
Braden Petro, second of the season. That's now a 3-game point streak.
And now you've got Urban out at the hash marks anticipating getting pulled off as we're down to the final minute here.
There he goes. Extra attacker is Carrick Landos. Still a chance for the Caravan. 52 seconds in a 2-goal game. Battle of 21s down low. Some nice time management by St. Rita. Now it's thrown towards the net. There's a Mustang down. They're going to need a whistle. Instead, they send it towards the net, and it's just wide of the right post. And there is a wounded Mustang that has now made his way up, and I want to say that's the captain, Glenke. Seems to be all right now, and pacing on his own weight just fine. He might stay out there.
He does not have to come off the ice because the whistle was due to an icing. If the whistle had blown because of the hurt player, he would be forced to come off, but they don't have to pull him off if they don't want to, because that was an icing whistle.
Gannett right off the draw, just high. Petro throws it in front, and it finds its way through everybody, even Tankelson at the point, who was in some trouble there, got it ahead, and it's Gannett back over the blue line. Towards the net, Morgan pads it aside. 17 seconds to go. Nice play to discard it by Sean Ford. Tankelson towards the net. Up for grabs until it's whistled dead. 7 seconds to go.
St. Rita doing a nice job of collapsing around the net, just blocking whatever you can at this point. Just don't let pucks through, because that's where Mount Carmel's been able to make their hay, is off the rebounds. So just don't let the puck get to the goaltender in the first place, and it makes life easier.
And why not add on another one?
Just missed off that face-off win. Had a really good chance for the empty net there.
And with 2 seconds to go, this will be the final face-off. And St. Rita pulls off the CCHL sweep of their rival, the Mount Carmel Caravan. Brendan Morgan getting some much-deserved love on what was quite a performance on both sides of the ice by St. Rita, who now increases their cushion into that 8th seed in the CCHL playoffs.
You got to tip your helmet to Mount Carmel. They fell behind 4-0 in this game, but they never strayed from their plan. They stayed aggressive. They kept battling. They finally got rewarded late, but they end up running out of time. But a game that St. Rita really could have cruised to victory, they had to sweat it out a little bit in those final 2 minutes.
And actually, an update with this win, not only do they increase their cushion to keeping Mount Carmel out of the playoffs, but they now jump over the Marmion Cadets into 7th place with 3 points and a regulation win, 4-2 over the Mount Carmel Caravan.
Yeah, huge win for St. Rita. They're going to go home happy tonight, knocking off a rival in a big stage with playoffs at stake.
And with that, we're going to send things down to Jenna Rose, who is with the victorious head coach, Brian Coleman. Well, folks, seems we got no connection to the mic down there.
Apologies for the technical difficulties.
I can translate for you. I am happy that we beat our rival. With some other coach technicalities in there. So, we're going to wrap things up here. Apologies to not getting that interview with Brian Coleman, but one way or another, it's St. Rita on top for the 3rd time over the Mount Carmel Caravan this season. Alongside Jenna Rose down at sideline, Chris Dubiel, my analyst, Jimmy Olson, our great producer with some help from Max Anderson, Matt Freeman on camera, Gerard Boris on that creative camera angle from in between the benches. My name is Luke Jordan, signing off on the 4th game of the season of the Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series. Thank you for watching this broadcast, and we cannot wait to see you for the next one on Sunday between Carmel and Lake Forest. That will be outdoors at the Winter Club of Lake Forest. For now, we'll see you then.